The movie opens with a man named Joan Woo standing on a hill near a tree. He is waiting for his girlfriend to arrive as they both have buried a capsule near the tree. They have promised to meet there 2 years later, but she didn't arrive and he keeps waiting. He goes to a photographer to click some of his pictures when his phone rings. He takes out his phone from his suit and receives the call. It's his aunt. She tells him that she wants to meet him, and he agrees to meet her soon. In a flashback, young Joan is dressed up like a girl. His parents wanted a girl but had a boy instead, so they made him look like a girl. He even used the women's restroom till he turned into a 7-year-old boy. Later, he goes to meet his friends at a cafe. There are a lot of people sitting in the cafe and it is very noisy. While he is conversing with his friends, he spots a girl from the cafe window. She is passing by the cafe. He is fascinated by the girl and thinks that she is his type. His phone rings and he receives the call. It's his mother on the phone. She orders him to meet his aunt, as she has become lonely since her son passed away. Joan isn't fond of his aunt much as she gives him a lot of kisses and he doesn't like it. His mother informs him that his aunt wants him to meet a girl. He tells her that he will visit her soon. He is waiting for a train at the train station. He swiftly turns around and sees a girl who is about to fall on the railway track. He immediately rushes to her and pulls her back. They get on the same train when Joan keeps observing her. He notices that she is drunk. He likes her too but is disgusted by the fact that she drinks. An old man comes across her and stands near where she is standing. She sees the old man standing and orders a boy who was sitting on the seat to get up. She orders to let the old man sit. The boy stares at her and ignores her. She hits him on his head and shouts to get up. He gets up and lets the old man sit on his seat. While he is walking away, the girl mocks him and advises him not to wear a pink t-shirt. Joan keeps noticing her. He sees that she is feeling dizzy and nauseous. She wants to vomit but tries to control it and chews it in her mouth. Seeing her doing such acts makes Joan feels gross. Suddenly, the girl vomits on the elderly man to whom she gave a seat. She vomits all over his hair and on his clothes. He feels disgusted and removes his wig from his head. The girl points at Joan, calls her honey and faints. The old man calls Joan as she pointed at him. He thinks of Joan as her boyfriend and orders him to clean his girlfriend's mess. He removes his shirt and cleans her vomit from the old man's clothes and hair. He apologizes to the man and the man tells him to take care of her. He carries the girl on his back and stops at another station. There he puts the girl on the bench and leaves. The girl twists over and she falls. Joan returns as he has forgotten to give her bag to her. He drops the bag near her and leaves. While leaving, he feels guilty to leave her alone at the station and goes to pick her up again. He carries her on his back again and comes to a motel. At the motel, he takes a shower, and while taking a shower, the girl's phone rings. He comes out of the shower to pick up her call. He talks to a person who wanted to talk to the girl. The person asks where the girl is, so Joan gives him the motel's address. He goes to take a shower again and suddenly the police enter the motel's room. He is not wearing any clothes, so the police are suspicious to see the girl sleeping on the bed. They take him to the police station and he spends the night there. He is released in the morning and he goes home. When he goes home, his mom questions him about where he was all night. He answers her that he was in the city. His mom becomes furious about him not coming home all night and also not meeting his aunt, so she beats him with the vacuum. In a flashback, Joan is a smart kid who never studied. His parents enforced him to study hard to get good grades, but he never listened to them. Growing up, he has a major in engineering degree and never studied. He is laying comfortably on his bed when suddenly his phone rings. He picks up the call and hears a girl screaming. She asks him about what was he doing in the motel without his clothes. She orders him to meet her at the station. Joan goes to the station and meets the girl. The girl asks him to follow her. They go to a cafe. The girl orders the waiter to bring 2 coffees and asks Joan to pay the bill. They talk, and the girl asks him about what happened the last night when she fainted on the train. He narrates the whole story of how he took her to the motel room and he ended up going to the police station. Soon, the waitress arrives with the coffee. She remembers that she called him honey. She tells him that she will not date him and gets up to leave. She orders Joan to follow her again. He leaves his coffee as it is and follows her. She takes him to a bar and he realizes that she is a habitual drinker. She orders a drink while Joan wanted soup, but she insists on just a drink. Suddenly, she hears some underage girls ordering a drink. She gets up and goes to their table. She shouts at the men with the girls and asks for their IDs. They leave as they didn't have the ID. Joan is very embarrassed that he is with her as she keeps creating a scene everywhere. She comes back to the table and drinks 4 glasses of the drink she ordered. While drinking, she starts to cry. Joan feels bad seeing her cry and offers her a handkerchief. She takes the handkerchief and asks if he blew his nose on it before. He informs her that he has not used it yet. She blows her nose on it, wipes her tears, and keeps it in her pocket. She tells Joan that she broke up with her boyfriend yesterday. Joan reminds her of his handkerchief in her pocket and asks for it back. She gives it to him. All of a sudden, she faints and hits her head on the table. Joan again carries her on his back and takes her to the same motel he took her before. She wakes up and runs towards the washroom to vomit. Joan feels disgusted. Afterward, when the girl is sleeping peacefully, Joan goes to buy medicine. He comes back to the room and gently lifts her head and keeps it on his lap. He feeds her the medicine along with water. He adores her while she sleeps like a baby and thinks to end all her sorrows. The next morning, she wakes up and asks for a glass of water. Jeon-woo gives her water and explains that he saw her ID last night. She is a year younger than him, so she should talk to him respectfully. The girl ignores him and goes to the washroom. Later, Jeon goes to attend his classes. He sees the girl enter the class too. She comes and sits beside him. The professor gives them a break. The girl insists on him going with her, but he tells her that the class is important for him. She goes to the professor and tells him that Jeon-woo is her boyfriend. She is pregnant with his baby and has to go to a doctor with him. The professor lets Jeon-woo go. He feels very humiliated because of this excuse. She takes him to the park and he gets to know that she wants to be a scriptwriter, so she writes stories. She shows her stories to Jeon-woo. He doesn't read the stories, but he reads them anyways as the girl threatens him that if he doesn't read them then she is going to end him. Later, they walk down the lake and talk about the ending of her story. Eventually, they reach the lake and she tells him that she misses her boyfriend. She thinks she'll never get over him. All of a sudden, she asks Jeon-woo to jump in the lake as she wants to check the depth of the lake. She pushes him into the lake and sees him shouting for help. Suddenly, he starts to drown, so she also jumps into the lake to save him. The next day, Jeon-woo is having lunch with his friends when he sees a girl passing through the window. He likes her at first glance and follows her. He follows her on the road and calls her. She turns around and Jeon sees that she's the same girl. Jeon runs away from there and hides in the restaurant. Later, he drinks and thinks to seek revenge. He sits on the train and wonders if he sleeps at the station, then the girl would see and help him. She will also carry him on her back, but he has to sleep at the station instead. Some people spot him and think he is a homeless man, so they give money to him. When he wakes up, he uses the money and calls the girl from the station phone. He asks her to arrive at the station. Suddenly, the police arrive at the station and take him with them. They lock him in the locker. The girl arrives at the station and the police release him. The girl hit him and asks him to behave. They go to the restaurant and have lunch. He goes to his home and has to secretly sneak in to avoid getting caught by his mother. If she would see him, she will beat him again for not coming home at night. Jeon is on his computer when he receives a message from the girl. She informs him that her birthday is coming in 2 days, and he better make her smile as she likes him. Jeon is worried about how to surprise her. He wonders that if he doesn't do anything to make her happy, she will put him to eternal sleep. Suddenly, a plan occurs to him. He plans to take her to a theme park, decorate the park with lights, play a birthday song, and then the park will light up with fireworks. They go to the park, but they have to sneak in. When they sneak into the park, they see a soldier who points a gun at them. An army arrives to find the soldier. He hides and takes them to the haunted room and asks how they are related. Jeon-woo tells him that they're just friends. The soldier starts to cry and tells them about his story. He tells them that he had a girlfriend whom he loved very much. She cheated on him with a guardhouse sergeant. He wants to put that man in eternal sleep, but he couldn't. He tells them that he'll put himself to eternal rest instead. The girl questions why he wants to die. The soldier tells her that maybe hearing the news of his passing away would put his girlfriend in sorrow. The girl informs him that eventually, his girlfriend will get over him, and one day she will forget about him. Jeon asks him to let them go. The soldier lets the girl go while he keeps his rifle on Jeon's head. The girl comes out and the army surrounds her. The soldier threats Jeon that he will put him to eternal sleep. Jeon becomes scared. He informs the soldier that he worked here before and he knows the exits, where the army wouldn't be able to catch him. They come out, but the army catches them. The soldier threats the army that if anyone comes near him, then he will shoot Jeon-woo. He shoots into the sky. All of a sudden, the girl rushes toward the army. She orders them to stop shooting. She makes the soldier understand that if he loved his girlfriend, he would have let her be happy and not seek revenge. She tells him to return to the unit like a real man. Hearing her, the soldier lets Jeon-woo go. Jeon runs to the girl and hugs her when suddenly the fireworks begin and the birthday song plays. The next day, they go to a cafe. The girl shows him her scripts again. He thinks of her script as a bit illogical, but he read it anyways. They discuss her script and she tells him to get her script published. Jeon goes to the book editor, gives him the script, and runs away. Later, they both are on a train. They play little games that they made up on their own. Jeon asks her for the winner's prize. He asks her about a little kiss, and the girl scolds him and asks if he wants to get put to eternal rest. The girl sets the winning price so that whoever will win may hit the other person. Jeon wins and he softly hits her. They pass and have fun during their little journey. Later, they go to play tennis. The girl plays tennis perfectly while the ball always hit on Jeon's face. She also takes him to karate. One day, when Jeon comes out of the university, he sees the girl standing and waiting for him. They go and sit on the bench. The girl informs him that she is wearing heels and that it is hurting her feet. She offers Jeon to switch his boot with her heels. Jeon rejects this idea, but she forces him. He has to wear her heels and walk around the university. Everybody sees him and laughs. The girl asks him to catch her, so he chases her wearing her heels. At night, it starts to rain. Jeon walks the girl home. She offers to come home, but he denies it and goes away. He is walking away when he remembers that she has forgotten her purse and it is with him. He has to go to her house again to return her purse. He has dinner with her parents when her father asks him if he is his daughter's boyfriend. He says yes. Her father orders him to not hang out with his daughter late at night. He drinks a lot and faints on the table. He leaves her house to go to his home. While he is going, he hears her mother and the girl arguing. Her mother argues with her that he is dumb, has no future, and that she has restricted her not to meet him again. The girl comes out of the house and goes away in the rain. They both didn't contact for some days. After a few days, the girl calls him cheerfully as if nothing happened. She asks him to celebrate their 100th day together. She tells him that she likes it when someone gives her a rose in front of everyone. He is in a library talking to her when everyone hears his conversation. Later, he prepares for the celebration and takes a flower with him. He dresses as a guard and sneaks into her university. When she enters her class, he sees the girl playing piano for him. He goes and gives a rose to her in front of everyone. The audience claps for them. Later, they dress up as a high school student and goes to the club. They dance and have fun. The girl drinks a lot again and faints. He has to take her to her home. They ride in a taxi. While sitting in the taxi, the girl lays her head on Jeong's shoulder. He wonders if she is happy again and has forgotten about her boyfriend. He goes to her house. He meets her father again. Her father asks about his plans after graduation, but Jeong tells him that he hasn't thought about it yet. Her father questions him about how much he knows his daughter. He informs her father that they're just friends now. Her father shouts and orders him not to meet his daughter again. After that day, the girl never called him again. Jeong has broken up with her, but he is happy that he is free now. He is in a bar sitting with a woman. He is on a blind date. Suddenly, his phone rings and he receives a call. It turns out to be the girl again. She tells him to meet in the cafe by 7 o'clock. He sits with his date again. He drinks and laughs with her. Suddenly, she excuses herself to go to the washroom and leaves. He also goes to use the washroom. He sees that the woman is in the men's washroom. He gets to know that the woman isn't a girl, but she is a man. He suddenly rushes out of the bar and rushes to the cafe to meet the girl. There he sees her sitting with a man. His name is Cha Seok-won. The girl asks Jeong if he was really with the girl, and he tells her that he was actually with the guy. Cha Seok-won informs Jeong that he is a brilliant man and that he has heard a lot about him. The girl excuses Jeong and goes to use the bathroom. When she returns, she asks Cha Seok about Jeong. He informs her that he has left and has told him 10 rules to follow. He tells her all the rules. Hearing everything, she immediately leaves the cafe and runs after to chase Jeong. She goes to the station which they used every day. She finally finds him and Jeong hugs her. He drops her home. He is confused about his relationship with her but is also attracted to her. He looks into her eyes and leans in to attempt to kiss her, but accidentally presses the bell instead. The gate opens and she goes inside. Later, they are sitting on a hill when she asks Jeong to go to the end of the hill, as she wants to check if someone will hear her from that far. Jeong-woo goes to the end of the hill. She shouts his name and tells him what she feels about him. She cries and tells him sorry, she thought she was different but in reality, she was just a helpless girl. Later, she takes Jeong to a tree. She has asked him to write a letter. He hands over the letter to her. She tells him to put the letter in the pot. They bury the pot in the ground and agree that they will come here after 2 years to meet each other, and will read the letters. She informs him that if they don't meet there after 2 years, then they would be split forever. Later, Jeong has to leave the town. The girl comes to leave him at the station. He goes to the train when the train starts going away. The girl runs after the train. Jeong assumes that she might have changed her mind and that she wants to stay with him. He jumps off the train for her. He jumps and he sees that she is not there. He realizes that she is now on the train and it has left for its destination. He realizes that they are apart and can't meet now. He starts to move forward with his life. He learns swimming, tennis, karate, and everything that he used to do with his girlfriend. He writes a book about her on the internet. He names the title of the book My Sassy Girl. He goes to the publisher to publish his book. His book becomes very famous and copies are sold everywhere. The book was liked by everyone, and some people also wanted to make a movie based on his book. After 2 years, he returns to the tree where they buried the letters. He takes out the letter and reads her letter. She wrote in the letter that when she found Jeong, she was searching for her boyfriend, who was no more in this world. She was very lonely, that's why she started talking to him. She also wrote that her boyfriend and Jeong had a lot of things in common, and that's why she was impressed by him. Her boyfriend also used to bring her flowers. She didn't like that she was forgetting about her boyfriend when she was with Jeong, so she had to maintain a distance from him. She thought that if her boyfriend would look up from the sky, he will be sad to see her forget about him and move on. She informs Jeong by her letter that he is reading this letter after 2 years, and if she hasn't come to meet him yet, then this is a sign that she is not ready for her relationship with Jeong yet. She still loves her boyfriend and is living in the past she had with him. After 3 years, many seasons pass away. The girl comes to the tree to finally read the letters. When she comes there, she sees an old man sitting near the tree. She tells the old man that she had to come here in 2 years, but she is late and lost the opportunity to be with Jeong. She thought that if they loved each other, then they would collide somewhere in their lives again as they did before on the train. She regrets not going there after 2 years. The old man informs the girl that he saw a boy near the tree once. He questions her if the tree looks a bit different to her. She closely inspects the tree and says yes. The old man informs her that the tree had been removed many years ago, but the boy told the old man that his girlfriend likes the tree very much. If she doesn't see this tree again after 2 years, then she will be heartbroken. That's why he planted the tree again. The tree has grown again. Later, she is on the train. Jeong is passing by and sees her on the train. He rushes to meet her, but all of a sudden the door of the train closes. He shouts to call her, but she could not hear him due to the closed doors. Later, she goes to meet the mother of her late boyfriend. His mother tells her that she looked gorgeous and that her son would be jealous to see her like this. The girl understands that he wouldn't feel like this as their thinking is wrong. His mother agrees and encourages her. His mother has invited a man to meet the girl. The man is Jeong. She is Jeong's aunt whose son passed away before. Jeong's aunt tells her that she thought when she was in grief, she thought of introducing her to Jeong. She thought that her son and Jeong had a lot in common, so she could easily move on with Jeong and get over her son. She informs her that she wanted her to meet him long ago, but he never came to visit her. The girl has come from England. Jeong's aunt informs her that Jeong is also going to England. Jeong denies. He tells her that he will not go to England now. He tells the girl that he couldn't believe that he has met her again. Later, they both dress up as high school students and go to the club to dance and have fun.